Kakadosh Boker Or Masechet Bava Kamma Daf Kuf Gimel Amud Aleph 103. Yeah, the Gemara is talking about that what happens right now if I come and I tell you that I want to purchase a field. So if I'm going to do it, right, B'Shem Chavero, in the name of his friend, which is a Resh Galuta, so I don't force now the seller to come and to write another sale document. Okay? Now, Zimna Achrita, there was another time also, the Mamarlo, that he says another time. Why? Because basically, if you right now come and you make a sale, right? You come, you make the how do you call the Jose? The shtar. You make I forgot it. The contract. Thank you. Right? So you make the contract. I made it out of this name. That's it. You're gonna come afterwards. You want to change names to some no number company, so nobody knows that you've got I don't know how many properties. I don't have to start coming and start doing that. It's not my problem. But he comes and he says, but if you told him that this is going to be the condition, then yes. Then, right, then we're going to come and we're going to force him to come, right, and to do it. Okay, to write another contract. Okay, that's what it means. Right, limkor. So now he comes and he says as follows. Yeah, he says, Amar Mor, halokeach sadeh b'shem havero. If you're going to come and you're going to purchase a friend in the name of your purchase a field in the name of your friend, we don't force him to come and to write another document. Says the Gemara, another contract. Pshita, obviously, she says no. I would have thought to say right? You knew that I'm buying it for myself. But I just wanted to do that to make it in the name of the Resh Kaluta, just to save, as if to say, like so way nobody comes and goes against it. I'm not going to throw money for nothing. And therefore, I know, meaning like this, he was going to come to his friend, he's going to tell him, listen, you knew I was buying it for me. So why did I put it on the name of the Resh Kaluta? In order that people are not going to come and start jumping against me. So therefore, I did it purposely to protect myself. So in such a case, right, obviously it should be done like that. So Kamashwanan comes teach you the Elmaleh, right, that he tells him, that it was a t'nai, right? It was a condition that he did it. Okay? And right, and therefore that he's selling the field. And therefore, in such a case, right, that he's going to say that he made a t'nai, right, with you in such a case. So therefore, you should write another shtar. Now says the Gemara, but if he tells him it's on condition, right? So so we're going to force him. So obviously, meaning if I come and I tell you, listen, I'm going to buy this from you, but on condition. Even though I'm buying it for the Reshkaluta, I need you to come and you're going to write another one on my name. So obviously, so says the Gemara, what are we dealing with? That he said in front of the edim, right, in front of the mocher, you guys should know I need another shtar. I need another contract. So I would have thought say Amina shtar mehach the kashal kata bishme kamarta. I thought that your kavanah was you're telling the edim that you wanted a shtar from the same Resh Kaluta that you bought it, not that you want from me another shtar. That's why he comes teach you the Elmaleh that he could say, why did I say it in front of the edim, in front of you? I need it from you. Meaning not that I need another document from the Resh Kaluta to me. I need another document from you to me. Okay? Fine. Rav Kahana Yav Zuza Akitana. Rav Kahana, he gave kesef for Pishtan. Yeah? And when he gave the money for flax, he put it, right? He put the Pishtan Bishuta Mucher in order to take it afterwards. Meaning, imagine, I'm buying it from you, but I'm leaving it in your possession for now. Levasov Yakir Kitana. At the end, it went up in price. Zavne Marvata de Kitana. So the Pale Pishan went and he sold it again. So Atala Kemederav, they came in front of Rav. Elmaleh, and he says, what am I going to do for you? Ezelish Kulzuze. Right? Should I come and I take the money? Or maybe there's an Isur Ribit. Yeah? Elmaleh, he says, Ikak Zavne Amre Haikitana de Kanahu. When he sold it, did he say that this belongs to Rav Kahana? Zil Shekol, so then you could take the extra money. Vilo, and if not, Lo Tishkol. You cannot take the money. because it looks like rebit.
You have to give it to Rav Kahana.
No. One more time. When this guy came and he sold the flax, what did he say? I'm selling Rav Kahana's flax, or I'm selling my flax? If he said that I'm selling Rav Kahana's flax, Rav Kahana could come and take the money, even though it's more money, and it's not the rebit because it belongs to him. But if right now he said he's selling his own flax, he cannot take the extra money, because then it looks like rebit. It looks like interest because now the price went up. So says the Gemara, Keman, who does this go like exactly? This psak of Rav. So Kibnei Marava, like the ones in Eretz Yisrael, right? The Amri that they said, Mi odio lebala chatin sheyakneh chitin lebala maot. According to the Shitatam, right? A person cannot purchase something from his friend unless he has kavanah laknoto lo, to sell it to him and not to somebody else. So because of that, says Rav, the same thing. If they had kavanah to buy it from Rav Kahana, so therefore what's going to happen is Rav Kahana was zocheh in the money, and therefore it's not going to be any rebit. But if they didn't even know it belonged to Rav Kahana, so for when they're giving the money and everything, it doesn't belong to Rav Kahana. So therefore, it's a problem, because when he wants to now take it, it looks like rebit. Okay, so says the Gemara, Atumi Aiv Rav Kahana Rabba v'Shakil Tamne. Says what? Rav Kahana came and he put 4, and now he's taking 8, right? And that's going to be a nisur of rebit, right? And that which he's adding. He says at the end of the day, somebody's buying something. It's not rebit. Rebit is that if it's a loan and I'm charging you extra for a loan. If I come and I buy this for you for 5, and all of a sudden I come and I sell it for 10, that's called rebit. I'm buying and I'm selling. What rebit is there? Yeah. So he says, the flax just went up in price on its own, right? V'migzal gazlua, right? And when they come and they sold it, they're just stealing it. Utznan, and we learned in the Mishnah, kol hagazlanim mishalmim mishat hagezela. They have to pay back at the time of the gizela. So what's the problem then? Where is the rebit? What's going on exactly? Right? What's the problem? So they said, Hatam amana havai. He says there in the story of Kahana, there was a scam of amana, which means that he paid at the beginning, which means he gave the money, right? And when he gave the money, he comes and he says, Velo mashche Rav Kahana lekita, he never did a kinyan. He gave the money, but he didn't do a form of acquisition. He didn't do a kinyan. And therefore, since he didn't do a kinyan, the Rav l'tamen, Rav goes according to the reading, you're allowed to do this amana for perot. But you don't do it for money. Which means that you're allowed to pay when it's cheap in order to get it according to that price, okay, even though it goes up in price, but, right, to pay in order to get the money after it went up in value, right, he says, no, that's going to be a sur. Okay? Fine. Mishnah, bottom of Kuf Gimel Amud Aleph. Hagozel et chavero shaveh pruta. If somebody's going to steal from his friend the shaveh pruta, then he shbalo, and he swears to him. Yeah? And he swears that he doesn't have it. So he stole, he swears he doesn't have it, and then afterwards he admitted to it. Yolichenu acharav lemadai. He's obligated to take it to Madai, to give back the Gizela. Right? Okay, so Mamash, he has to go to Honolulu to come and give it back. Right? Lo yitel lo livno velo shlucho. You're not allowed to give it to his son, and you're not allowed to give it to a shaliach. Yeah, that means he doesn't get exempt until he gives it back to the person himself. Right? Don't think that you're going to give it to the son, and then no. You have to give it back to the person. But you are allowed to give it to a shliach betin. Meaning, even if you didn't give it to, you're allowed to give it to a shliach betin. But yes, okay. What happens now if the person that was stolen from dies? So you have to give it back to the Yoshim. What happens if he gave him the keren, but he didn't give him the 5th? Or he forgave him on the keren, but he didn't forgive him in the chomesh. Or he forgave him also on the keren, also the chomesh, except for a shaveh pruta on the keren. He does not have to come, right, and go after him, because the chiyuv of the giving back the gizela is on the keren and not on the chomesh, and therefore, right, that's what we're saying over here, It's only going to be also on a Shaveh Pruta and onwards, like in above, not below Shaveh Pruta. Okay, Natan lo Chomesh v'lo natan lo Keren. What happens if he gave him the Chomesh and not the Keren? Right? So he gave him the Chomesh and not the Keren. Yeah? Machal lo ala Chomesh v'lo machal lo Keren. Or he forgave him on the Chomesh and not on the Keren. Machal lo zel, or he forgave him on both, except for a Shaveh Pruta and the Keren. Then he does have to go after him to give it back to him. Okay?
Rabbi, I don't understand. הגוזל את חברו שווה פרוטה.
Natan lo et ha-keren v'nishba lo ala Chomesh. What happens if a person gives him the keren and he swears on the Chomesh? What does that mean exactly? Right? That means the Gazlan gives the keren, but he doesn't give him the Chomesh, and then he swears on the Chomesh, right? That he's not chayav to him, right? So for example, he said, "I already paid you back," and then again, he was false, right? Kuf gimel amud bet. Harezeh mishalem Chomesh al Chomesh. He has to pay a Chomesh on the Chomesh. Yeah, it makes sense. Chomesh on the Chomesh. Ad shitmaet ha-keren mishaveh pruta, until the keren is less than a shaveh pruta, because then there's no chiyuv to add on a Chomesh. Meaning, once the principal is less than a shaveh pruta, you don't have to pay the Chomesh, the fifth. Yes, until the original keren is less than a shaveh pruta. Okay? V'chem pikadon. The exact same halacha would apply to pikadon. שנאמר בזה in הפסוק, בפיקדון הוצאו את יד ובגזל לא עשק את עמיתו, מצא ודעת והחריש בנשבע לשקר, הרי זה משלם קרן וחומש. Right? And he also has to give an asham, a korban asham. Okay? Fine. Says the Gemara. Okay, Gemara Kuf Gimel Amud Bet. We are 2, 4, 6, right? 6 lines down. It says, Nishbalo. Yeah? And in, lo nishbalo, lo. Obviously, here we're talking about that you swore. And therefore, you have to actually go and you have to give it back wherever the guy is. But if you did not swear to him, right? So therefore, you could, whenever he comes and he asks you for it, then you could just give it back. You don't have to start looking for him. So Mani, who is this? It's not Rabbi Tarfon, it's not Rabbi Akiva. It's a we learned to the Mishnah. Gazal echad mechamisha, ve'enu yudea me'eze mehen. If a person comes and he steals from one of 5 people, but he doesn't know which one of the people. Ve'chol echad omer, and every single one of the 5 says, Oti gazal, he stole from me. Maniach ha'gzela b'nehem mistalek. Put the money in the middle and say, fight it out. Mistalek, move back, say, fight it out. Fight it between you guys. These are the words of Rabbi Tarfon. Rabbi Akiva omer, lo zo haderech motziato midei avera. Well, that's going to take him away from the avera. Ad sheyishalem ha'gezela l'chol echad ve'echad. He has to pay each one of the 5. It's a powerful punishment, yeah? Each one of the 5 he has to pay. So says the Gemara, imani. So then who is this then? Rabbi Tarfon, if it's going to be Rabbi Tarfon, afal gavdi shtaba, even though he swears, Amari still says, just put the money and go back. Right? And therefore, even if the Gazlan is nishba, he does not have to bring it back. Right? He doesn't have to give it back to him. He just puts it in the middle of the Gamarnu and let them fight it out. And if it's going to be Rabbi Akiva, even though he does not swear, he has to pay each one back. So according to that, then, it comes out that even a Gazlan that does not swear is still obligated to bring it back to the guy. So answers the Gemara, Leolam Rabbi Akiva. Really, Be'amet Onishaz like Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, when does Rabbi Akiva says that he has to pay back every single one? Only if he swore. Meaning if he swore, then he has to pay back each one of the 5 people. Okay, but if he didn't swear, he does not have to pay back each one of these 5 people. My Tama, what's reasoning? Tama Krab, as the Pasuk says, La'asher hu lo yitenenu biyom hashmato. La'asher hu lo yitenenu means the Gazlan is obligated to give back the Gezelah davka to the Nigzal, to the one that was stolen from. So therefore, only by when it's going to be the nishba, the pasuk says such a thing. So for only in that case does you have to actually give it back to the person. For Rabbi Tarfon, and according to Shtat Rabbi Tarfon, afal gavdi ishtava, even though the person comes and he swears, yeah, even though the person comes and he swears, yeah, he says avud rabbanan takanta. Okay, the rabbanan, they're going to make this takana. What does that mean? They made takana tashavim, right? To be lenient. Right? What does that mean? That means we didn't want that people are going to have use from doing teshuvah. So because of takana tashavim, even though the guy came and he swore, we're mekel that like kilu. Okay, we're going to be the machmid, but meikar adin, the gazlan should have been nishba, right? And he's got a safek. Who did he steal from? So technically, he should pay back each one. But Rabbi Tarfon says because of takanat hashavim, we're not going to make him swear to each one. We're not going to make him pay back each one, because if not, he would never do teshuvah. Imagine a person steals $100 and now he has to pay back $500. He would never do teshuvah. It's the worst investment of his life, right? He already stole, and I was like, hey, that doesn't make sense. The Tanya, as we learned in a Braita, Rabbi Lazar, Rabbi Tzadok Omer, Rabbi Lazar, Rabbi Tzadok says, Takana Gedola Itkinu. There was a Takana Gedola that they did, Shimaita Hotza'a Yetera la Keren, that if right now the expenses was more than the principal, he pays the principal and the Chomesh, the Bedin. Umevia Shamo Mitkapel Lo. He just brings the Kurban Hashem and that's it. And he has a kapara. Okay? Rabbi Akiva, according to Shtiat Rabbi Akiva, Avud Rabbanan Takanta, when the rabbis make this takana, Hecha diada leman gazle. That's only going to be when they know who did they steal from. The kamada le mamona le mare. Because according to the takana, it's coming out that they're giving back the money to the owners. Right? Gazal echad mechamisha de lo yada leman gazle. If he stole one from 5 people, right, that he didn't know from who's he's stealing from, the lo yada mamona le mare, that according to the takana, right, he doesn't know that it's going lo avud rabbanan takanta. So the chachamim did not do the takana, right, but rather he just left it in the karadin. Okay, so I mean, basically, if he doesn't know who is the one that he, so therefore it's not going to go back to its master anyway. So the rabbis did not make such a takana, and therefore, right, it comes out that he's going to be chayav to take out more money because he didn't make a takana shavim because he doesn't know who he stole it from. Okay, Mativ Ravuna bar Yehuda. Ask Ravuna bar Yehuda. Amar Rabbi Shalom Lazar. Lo nechleku Rabbi Tarfon Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Tarfon are not arguing. Al shelakach mechame chamisha v'nidei meze men lakach. If you come and you're paying money, and you don't know who you're paying to, and each one says, "I'm the mocher." Shemeniach dememekach benem misalek. You just put the money down and you go out, right? Al ma nechleku. So what is the machloket? Shegazal echad mechamisha v'nei adam. That you stole from someone and you don't know from who you stole from. There, Rabbi Tarfon says, just put the money in the middle and get out of there. Rabbi Akiva says, no, there's no takana, you have to pay each one. Now, if you're going to tell me now the ishtabah that he swore, what's the difference then between buying and between stealing? And by the way, don't think that this is not actually, this doesn't happen, right? If you remember, we actually brought down an incredible case where somebody walked into a store, right? And basically he comes and he picks up an item and he starts walking out. The guy comes screaming, what are you doing? He says, what are you talking about? I just paid you. He goes, what are you talking about? What do you mean you just paid me? He says, yeah, I just paid you. Right? He said, you paid me? He says, no. I went to the cashier and I gave them the money and I paid. And I told them I'm coming back in 5 minutes and I'm picking it up. So the guy said, no, this and that. He said, it's impossible. They looked him for the bill. Well, they looked on the cameras, and on the cameras they saw what happened. They saw that the guy, the owner of the store, went to the back. And the guy was in a store, and all of a sudden he realized that somebody wanted to pay. So he went behind the kupa kilu that he's the storekeeper. Right? Yeah, but the guy that was looking in the store, he went to the cash and you want to pay? Okay, so I'll help you. So the guy comes, he gives him the money, he takes the money. Okay, fine. After a few seconds or whatever it is, the guy leaves the store because he told him he's coming back in 5 minutes. He also left the store and he left. So, but the truth is though, what Tzion just said, he didn't ask for a receipt. And since he didn't ask for a receipt, he had to pay back again. It was only because of the receipt, which is something incredible because, for example, nowadays, how many people really take receipts? The majority of people do not take receipts.
Facts, the normal way now is that the shop doesn't deliver a receipt, except if the buyer asks for it.
Another question that the Gemara asks, there was a story with a chassid that he took from 2 different people. We didn't know from which one he took from. So he came in front of Rabbi Tarfon. So it says Rabbi Tarfon, he said, put the money down and get out of there. So he came in front of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says, that you have to pay each one. Now the Visa, then if you're going to tell me now the mishtaba that it has to be that he swore, chassid mi mishtaba b'shikra. Does a chassid swear falsely? And if you're going to tell me the mishtaba that he's going to swear and then afterwards it's going to be a chassid, right? Or it's a Rabbi Yudah ben Bava or Rabbi Yudah ben Elai. Rabbi Yudah ben Bava, Rabbi Yudah ben Elai, right? Chassidim mikara, they're talking about the chassidim from the beginning. Ela leolam, but really what we're dealing with, Rabbi Tarfon. And Rabbi Tarfon is going to be modeh chad ishtaba that if they're going to swear. My tama, what's the reasoning? The Makrabas of Pasuk says, La'asher hu lo yitenenu b'yom hashmato. Which means when it says La'asher hu lo yitenenu, that's mashma, that's teaching us that a gazlan is obligated to give back the gizela. Rabbi Akiva, and according to Rabbi Akiva, according to Shtat Rabbi Akiva, even though the guy did not swear, we're still going to give a knas. And what's a knas? That's why he has to pay back each and every single person. It's a knas, it's a penalty. Okay, but according to Rabbi Tarfon, he says, since even when he did swear, right, it wasn't that enough, right, unless he's going to be modeh at the end, which means he's not going to be mitchayev anything, right, because the asheru law is only if he's going to be modeh at the end. So my idea of an ishba, so what do I care then right now if he's going to swear? So afilu below shua nami, so even without swearing, it's the same thing. Titania was ulemt na braita, moder bitafon beomer l'shnayim gazalti yicha mana, ve'en yodea eze yicha mikem, which means this. A person comes and says, listen, I stole from you 100, but I don't know which one. Meaning there are two people. I don't know which one of you I stole from, but I did steal $100, whatever it is, from one of you. I don't know. So she has to give mana lezeh. Okay? And this is according to Shitat Rabbi Tarfon, which means Rabbi Tarfon is modeh to Rabbi Akiva in this case. So you do have to do that. Why? Shekvar hoda mipi atzmo. Because since he was modeh me'atzmo and he wants to be yotzeh to the Shamayim, so therefore, even though Betin cannot pay him, like obligate him to pay back each one, right? But at the end of the day, he wants a kapara. That kapara will only come if he's actually going to come, and he's going to do so, right? Let's go. So there's the two dots coming up. But rather Rabbi comes and he says, "Shanem atnitin." It's different. Or Mishnah tekevan diada lemangaza. Since he knows who he stole from, the odule, and then he admitted it to it. Kevan de'efshar la'adur mamon lemare. Since he could give the money back. It's like he said, that it's going to be a pikadon, right? Until I'm going to come and I'm going to pick it up. And therefore, if he's going to swear, even though he's going to say that it's going to be a pikadon until I'm going to get picked them up, right? Since he wants a kapara, he wants an atonement. It's not going to be enough until it gets to his hands. But if he did not swear, so then it's going to be a pikadon, right, until the gazlan actually comes and he's going to pick it up.